I didn't bother to stifle a scoff as it rose. Good for them. Terrible for the promise of adventure beyond our return. This turn of events led me to suspect he was most likely to settle his roots instead of braving new lands with his brothers. Laughs aside, Corey, you're a fine lad, Kragar boasted, his tone sincere with his words. You bring pride not only to the house of your family, but to all the Devai. May the Mother bless your passage. May you find the strength within you to become the man you are meant to be. Sayu. Sayu, burst the Devai. Kragar bowed best he could, the tip of his beard gliding across his gut. Corey bowed gratefully for his honorable words in turn. Kragar embraced him. I'm proud of you, son. Corey returned his embrace. Thank you, grandfather. The tribe erupted in cheer once more, the sound of it shaking the wooden beams of the stage. To feel the energy of friends and family united, to feel the spirits of the people, what an honor it all truly was. How silly it was for me to be any kind of bitter. His path was his own. Through our common heritage, we were to stand united regardless of the directions we chose. Now go enjoy that sweet young honey you can't peel your eyes from. Kragar slapped him gently on his back again, sending him off with laughter. Corey's pride swelled with the words of his grandfather. He looked to me, smiling wide and toothy before making his way back into the crowd. I brought my fist to my palm to show my respects. A lesson had been learned without his ever knowing, a blessing passed to honor the freedom of his spirit. My brother. Kragar turned to me with a pivot upon his peg leg, a proud smile on his beaming face. His beard was a chaotic mess of dried color and beads. It looked to have a twig or two lodged in it as well. He spoke, voice booming deep like the dark depths of his aged-old eyes. The power of his words moved through me, as they were meant for all to hear. The lad standing before you, painted like a blue skeleton with a heart of fire, is my grandson Kael, son of Creighton the Mighty, and Miriam the Swift, Kragar began. The moment seemed to last forever as I looked out into the colorful faces of the Devai. It was difficult to see them clearly beyond the blinding light of the lamps, making them seem ghastly, lost in the distant dark beyond the flickering light of the stage. I was a bit nervous, standing before all the eyes of my people. Long had I looked forward to this day. More than anything, I felt pride. My grandfather continued, the prodigy of two fine houses, the great eagle dragon of the sky, Shema-Yen, and the powerful beast of the forest, the dove, the perfect balance between his father's strength and his mother's agility. Unfortunately, the poor lad got both their brains and twice the ego. The crowd laughed, some whooped and cheered. I didn't mind in the slightest. I felt as tall and strong as any of the men before me. My path would be that of legacy. I need only live it first. They would see. Tales of my adventures would be told around the fire for generations to come. My grandfather now turned to me, as he had to Corey. Kael, you represent the best of both your parents, in strength, focus, and will. But it is your heart that represents the true strength of your people. Listen to it always, that you be both mindful and courageous. May the Great Mother bless your passage. May you find the strength you seek within, and better yet, may you know what to do with it when you find it. He embraced me, the smell of wine and age clinging to him. I embraced him in return, my arms unable to fully encompass the old titan of a man. I lingered there for only a moment, heart swelling with the power of his words, trying desperately not to cry in front of my people. As I released him, he spoke. Stay strong, son, and greatness will follow. He bowed. I will, grandfather, I promised, returning his bow. I stood tall before the Devai, as cheers ignited once more. With pride in my steps, I turned and made my way off the stage, finding Sarah in the crowd. She was bouncing on her feet, ecstatic and cheering. Congratulations, Kael. What an honor. What did he say to you at the end? She was almost as excited as I was. He told me if I continue to be strong, I will achieve greatness, I confided. His words held a caution as well, a lesson that would weigh heavy on me in days to come. Though on this night I was far too young, far too involved to give it much thought. I desired strength and honor above all else. Surely this is why he chose his words. The idea that I would ever lose touch with myself was unthinkable, yet a dark foreboding began to stew at the back of my mind. Sarah giggled a bit, bringing me out of my brooding mind and back to the moment at hand. Your grandfather is wise, she responded, smiling softly. Her eyes seemed to sparkle. The final elder took center stage. This time it was Beatrice, house elder of Shema-Yen. She was Archon's aunt, risen to the position of house elder with the passing of my grandparents, Darius and Deala. Beatrice was pretty in her old age. The years had only added to her delicate features, making her all the more warm and inviting. Long silver hair flowed about her delicate frame, neatly hanging down to her knees. Blue was the only color used in the intricate signs painted down her arms. As she opened them as if to embrace her people, she spoke with a sweet voice, deepened by her years, and just as easy to hear as my grandfather's had been. Brothers and sisters, together we celebrate the fruits of yet another glorious year of peace and prosperity. Cries of celebration rose as the Devai jumped and whooped throughout the hollow. Sarah and I too were leaping and shouting our cries into the canopy. Beatrice smiled humbly and bowed her head ever slightly as she waited for the silence to return. Today we celebrate life and give thanks for all that is, Sayu. She offered her praise, raising her hands to meet above her head as she looked up through the triangle made by her outstretched thumbs and index fingers. Sayu, the Devai responded in a chorus of soft voices. Beatrice's arms fell back to her sides, and she stood boldly to address her people. Let us first recognize a life returned. As she spoke, a brawny painted warrior took the stage. Son of Gaz, born of the summer fields, the warrior known as Ardos the Bold. Ardos beat his chest with a fist before raising it high with a mighty roar. The Devai roared in turn. Next year I would stand there much the same, adorned in the armor I would carve from the Malachar. Beatrice continued, as Ardos left the stage. Together let us celebrate new life, the gifts of the mother. There are 2 born to the house of Shimayen this year. Cries and cheers erupted throughout the crowd from those representing Shimayen. Beatrice continued, Primus, son of Keen, and Tayla, daughter of Mina, welcome a new daughter, Leia. She pointed the family out from the crowd as the tribe cheered for them. Tayla wore a glowing smile as she peered down at the infant nuzzled in her care. Welcome, daughter of Reisenbow. The house of Shimayen welcomes a new son as well. Levi, son of Katav, and Ziala, daughter of Bolka, welcome their new boy, Yaakov. Welcome, son of Reisenbow. Cheers arose once again. This time the parents were out of view, but Sarah and I cheered loud for them anyhow. We are honored with the fruit of seeds sown. Now let us honor those who will sow the seeds of tomorrow, our brave young men to be, Beatrice called over the crowd, ending with her arms outstretched, as if she had truly released her words to the cheers of the people. This year the house of Shimayen sends 5 on the journey to becoming, she announced with pride in her voice.